Chapter 1: The Power Shift. From approval seeking to authority. Let's be brutally honest. Most men don't know how to win with women, not because they're unattractive or unworthy, but because they're playing a rigged game with broken rules. They approach women like job interviews. They ask for time, permission, attention, hoping to impress, praying to get picked. And the second you're hoping to get picked, you've already lost. What if I told you that the guys women chase, the ones who get what they want without begging, pleading, or pretending, aren't lucky or manipulative? They're just playing the game on a different level. They don't ask, they expect. They don't chase, they attract. And once you master this, women will start pursuing you, not the other way around. Step 1: replace asking with expecting. Ever noticed how the most magnetic men in the room don't ask for permission? They move like the world bends to their presence. And ironically, that's what makes the world, especially women, bend to them. So here's your first shift. Stop asking, start expecting. Let's say you're texting a girl you're into. Most guys send this, "Hey, would you like to hang out sometime?" Wrong. You've just put her in control, made her the prize, asked for approval. Now compare that to this: "I'm checking out this new rooftop spot Thursday. You should come with me." You're not asking, you're inviting her into your world. That's leadership. That's confidence. That's attractive. Why this works psychologically: women are biologically wired to be drawn to leadership and certainty. It signals strength, capability, and protection. When you phrase things as statements of intent instead of questions, you shift the power balance instantly. You become the chooser, not the one hoping to be chosen. So instead of, "Can I see you?" say, "Let's link up Thursday. I'm free after 7. Now she's reacting to you. If she's interested, she'll follow your lead. If she's unsure, she'll propose a counteroffer. If she's not into it, she'll ghost or decline with politeness and congratulations. You just saved yourself time. But what you must not do is double text, chase, or plead. If she doesn't respond, you move on. Period. Every needy follow-up drains your masculine presence and drops your value. The invisible mistake most men make. Most men don't realize how much power they give away with one tiny word, please. And I'm not saying don't be polite, but if everything you say carries a hint of "I hope she likes me," she can smell that desperation, and nothing dries attraction faster. Neediness is the silent killer. Want to know what women find irresistible? A man who knows his value and doesn't feel the need to prove it. So next time you make a plan with a woman, remember, lead with confidence. Don't wait for permission. Never chase validation. Bonus: don't talk to women like you talk to men. This is where most guys fall flat. You're using logic. She's responding to emotion. You say, "I have a great job, I'm respectful, I treat you right." She hears, "I'm trying to convince you with a resume." And guess what? Resumes are boring. Emotions are compelling. This is why a woman will reject the nice guy who's perfect on paper and chase the guy who leaves her wondering what he'll do next. It's not about being toxic, it's about being intriguing. In Chapter 2, I'll show you exactly how to speak to a woman in a way that lights up her emotions, triggers her curiosity, and makes her want to earn your attention, without manipulation, gimmicks, or game playing. Chapter 2: Speak Desire. How to trigger emotion, not just interest. Most men spend their time trying to convince a woman to want them. They use logic, they explain their worth, they describe their lifestyle, their ambitions, their intentions, all in hopes of seeming like a good catch. But here's the hard truth. Women don't fall for logic. They fall for emotion. That's why the guy who says all the right things still ends up in the friend zone, while another man who says less but knows how to make her feel something often ends up in her thoughts, her messages, and her bed. This chapter is about mastering the emotional language women respond to, not through manipulation, but through confidence, storytelling, and presence. Why words alone don't work. Let's get this out of the way. Telling a woman she's beautiful is not going to make her want you. It might get a polite smile, a thank you, maybe even a short conversation, but it won't trigger a lasting emotional response unless something deeper is happening underneath. What matters more is how you make her feel about herself in your presence. Does she feel alive, challenged, intrigued, or does she feel like you're handing her a script she's seen before? Women crave novelty, tension, mystery, and validation from someone they admire and respect, not from someone who is seeking approval. So the first rule of emotional communication is this: speak to her feelings, not her resume. Instead of, "You seem smart, what do you do for work?" try, "You've got this confident vibe, I bet you're used to being the smartest person in the room, but probably bored most of the time, huh?" That statement creates intrigue. It's slightly teasing, slightly validating, and best of all, it assumes depth. That taps into emotion. Use framing to shift the power dynamic. Framing is about how you position yourself in the interaction. And there are only two ways to show up: as the man trying to impress her, or as the man she's trying to impress, estraying. When you walk into a date or a conversation with the frame of, "I hope she likes me," you're setting yourself up for pursuit. You'll be over-explaining, over-investing, and overcompensating. Flip that frame. Walk into every interaction with the mindset, "I know what I bring. Let's see if she can keep up." Now, this doesn't mean you treat her coldly. It means you lead with curiosity, not desperation. Ask things like, "What's something about you most guys get wrong? What do you secretly wish more people understood about you? If you had to disappear tomorrow and only left one memory of yourself behind, what would it be?" These aren't questions she gets from random dudes. They make her stop and think. They break patterns, and more importantly, they make her feel seen. The power of playful tension. Playful tension is where attraction lives. It's that spark, that teasing edge, that slight uncertainty that keeps her locked in. You don't need to be a comedian or a player to do this. You just need to lean into light challenges and subtle push-pull. For example, if she says she loves yoga, say, so you're one of those bendy spiritual types who judges everyone else's posture. If she mentions traveling, say, "So you're running from something, or just collecting passport stamps for Instagram clout?" She'll laugh. She might protest, but deep down, she'll feel something. Interest. Because you're not trying to impress her, you're playing with her. You're giving her the space to engage, push back, flirt, and invest. That's how emotional tension builds. Make her work for your approval. You are not the prize just because you say so. You become the prize when she feels like she has to earn your full attention. How do you create that? Simple. Stop over-validating early on, especially with compliments. Instead of immediately saying, "You're gorgeous," try this: "You're cute, but I'm still trying to figure out if you're actually interesting or just really good at small talk." That creates a challenge. It implies standards. She now feels the subtle pull to prove herself. When women feel like they've earned your attention, they value it more, and they chase it more. Emotional anchoring. Leave her with a feeling. If you take one thing from this chapter, let it be this: she won't remember everything you said, but she'll remember how you made her feel. So instead of dumping facts, tell short stories that hint at your lifestyle, values, and experiences, but leave emotional hooks. Instead of saying, "I'm ambitious," tell a short story. "I used to crash on my cousin's couch for months while working 2 jobs and building my business at night. I got obsessed with the process. Still am, honestly." Now she feels your hustle. She sees the fire, You didn't need to say, "I'm successful." You showed it through a feeling. The best stories are short and vivid, emotionally honest, tied to your values, loyalty, adventure, grit, freedom, etc. Final thought: the man who doesn't need her wins her. The paradox of desire is this: the man who's ready to walk away is the one who makes her want to stay. When you stop needing women to like you, when you approach them from a place of grounded confidence, emotional intelligence, and unshakable self-worth, something shifts. Your words hit different. Your presence feels magnetic. Your energy becomes rare. Women respond to that. Not 99% of the time, close to 100. Because you're not trying to get something from them anymore. You are the experience, and they want to be part of it.